Captain, something isn't right. Our readings don't make sense. I think something is terribly wrong. Captain.
Whatever you're doing, do it fast. We don't have much time.
Almost there. Just give me a few more seconds.
What I'm about to tell you is going to sound impossible, but every word is documented, every fact is verified. And it's going to blow your mind. The answer involves corruption at the highest levels, ignored safety warnings, cut budgets, rushed repairs, and a decision made by commanders that sentenced 44 people to death. The media called it a tragic accident. The Navy called it unforeseen circumstances. Because here's what really happened. Those commanders knew the submarine was damaged. They knew the batteries were failing. They knew it wasn't safe to dive. What really happened beneath the ocean's surface? Watch until the end to uncover the full story of one of the most haunting submarine disasters in modern history. November 15, 2017. 44 sailors board a submarine for what should be a routine mission. Within hours, they would vanish into the depths of the Atlantic Ocean. For 1 year, the world searched. What they found would shock a nation and expose a dark truth about negligence, corruption, and the price of human life. This is the story of ARA San Juan, Argentina's submarine disaster that never should have happened. A story of brave sailors betrayed by their own government. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover will leave you questioning everything. The ARA San Juan was a TR 1700 class diesel-electric submarine, built in Germany in 1985. For over 30 years, she served in Argentina's naval fleet. But by 2017, this vessel was living on borrowed time. Measuring 66 meters long, capable of diving to 300 meters depth, the San Juan was home to 44 crew members during that fateful November mission. These were not just sailors, they were fathers, sons, brothers. Argentina's finest. Among them was Argentina's first female submarine officer, Eliana Maria Krauchik. At just 35 years old, she made history. But this historic moment would turn into a nightmare. The mission was simple, a routine patrol from Ushuaia, the southernmost city in the world, back to the naval base at Mar del Plata. A journey the San Juan had made countless times before. But this time, something was terribly different. November 15, 2017. The ARA San Juan departed from Ushuaia in rough weather. The South Atlantic is unforgiving, but the crew was experienced. They knew these waters, but the submarine was already in trouble. Documents later revealed that the San Juan had a damaged battery, a critical issue that should have grounded the vessel. But orders came down. Complete the mission anyway. On November 15th at 7:30 a.m., the captain reported a problem. Water had entered the submarine through the snorkel system, causing a short circuit in the battery system in the bow. Smoke. Sparks. The crew responded quickly, isolating the damaged battery. The shore command gave their assessment. The sub could continue its journey on the surface using the remaining battery. A fatal miscalculation. At 10:51 a.m., the submarine made its last contact. The captain reported they were submerging and heading toward Mar del Plata. Those were the last words ever heard from the 44 souls aboard. At first, no one panicked. Submarines often go silent during operations. But as hours turned to days, families gathered at the naval base, their hearts heavy with fear. Something was wrong. Terribly wrong. November 17, 2 days after the last contact, Argentina's Navy officially declared the submarine missing. What followed was one of the largest search operations in maritime history. Ships and aircraft from 18 countries joined the search. The United States, Russia, Great Britain, Chile, Brazil, the world united to find the San Juan. Families refused to give up hope. But then came a chilling discovery. On November 23rd, the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization reported something shocking. Their sensors had detected an abnormal acoustic event on November 15th at 10:51 a.m., the exact time of the submarine's last transmission. Location. 30 miles north of the San Juan's last known position. The sound signature was consistent with an explosion at significant depth. The implication was devastating. The submarine had not just disappeared. It had been destroyed. Within seconds. The 44 crew members likely never knew what hit them, but Argentina's Navy refused to confirm this. For days, they continued searching surface waters, giving families false hope. The question everyone was asking, did the Navy know the truth and hide it? On November 30th, 15 days after the submarine vanished, the Argentine Navy finally ended the rescue operation.
Rescue mission has officially ended. The submarine is declared lost.
The San Juan was declared lost. But the search for answers was just beginning. For 1 year, the families demanded answers. Where was their submarine? What happened to their loved ones? The Argentine government seemed unable or unwilling to provide closure. Then, on November 17, 2018, exactly 1 year and 2 days after the submarine was declared missing, American company Ocean Infinity found her 907 meters below the surface, deeper than the Titanic's resting depth. The ARA San Juan sat on the ocean floor, broken and destroyed. The impact had split the hull. The explosion had been catastrophic. Images from the seafloor told the story the Navy didn't want to reveal. The submarine's hull was imploded. The force of the explosion had been enormous. The crew of 44 never stood a chance, but finding the submarine only raised more questions. How did this happen? And more importantly, who was responsible? As investigators pieced together the evidence, a picture of systematic negligence emerged. First, the battery. The submarine's battery system was all done poorly maintained. The short circuit that occurred on November 15th was a disaster waiting to happen. Second, the repairs. In 2014, the San Juan underwent a midlife update that was supposed to extend its service. But the work was incomplete, rushed, and riddled with problems. Corners were cut, safety protocols ignored. Third, the decision to continue. Even after the captain reported the battery fire, Shore Command ordered the submarine to continue. They told the crew to submerge a damaged vessel into the hostile South Atlantic, but the negligence went deeper. Argentina's military budget had been slashed for years. Maintenance was deferred. Equipment outdated. Warning signs ignored. The San Juan was a tragedy years in the making. In 2021, an Argentine court indicted several naval officials for negligence and wrongful death. Among them, the naval base commander, the Navy's weapons systems chief, and others, who approved the submarine's deployment despite knowing its critical failures. But for the families, no trial could bring back their loved ones. 44 sailors who trusted their government, who believed their equipment would keep them safe, who died alone in the darkness of the Atlantic Ocean. The ARA San Juan disaster stands as one of the worst submarine tragedies in recent history. But it's more than that. It's a cautionary tale about what happens when governments prioritize budgets over lives. When maintenance is deferred, when warnings are ignored, when profit matters more than people. Today, the ARA San Juan remains on the ocean floor, 900 meters deep, a tomb for 44 brave souls. Argentina declared it a national grave site. The submarine will never be recovered. The families still gather every November 15th at Mar del Plata, releasing flowers into the sea, remembering their loved ones. If this story impacted you, please share it. The families of the ARA San Juan deserve to have their story told. Subscribe for more untold stories of tragedy, courage, and the search for truth.